do another Team Absolution Top 5 Redo Edition by your request. Everybody, welcome to Top 5 Redo, where we are, by your request, Ryan and I, you can't see me, are gonna do John Cena. No, I'm kidding. Okay. We're gonna do Top 5 strides again, because somebody asked if we could somebody asked if we could do it, and I was like, we already did it. And they were like, yeah, but you did that in like G-BT04, and I was like, not wrong. It was like, I think G-BT02 that we did it.
Apparently you guys have needed our help to tell you what the best 5 strides were.
And we're more than happy to tell you, because
yeah.
Why not? So we're gonna.
You ask, you shall receive.
So there's no worst 5 to complement this. So instead, we're gonna go through the top 5. My honorable mention. We're gonna go into a little more detail because you guys have been asking us to talk about more why they're on the list. And then we're gonna talk about just some bad strides.
There are a few bad strides, but like qualifying them as the worst strides. We already had to throw out Cray Elementals and all the on hits. And after that, it's just like, well, what are you really talking about when you mean a bad stride? You mean like not as good strides, or just like unplayable strides, or like why are we even talking about this?
Also, there's just so many meh strides.
Oh yeah, it's
kind of hard to like go through the meh to find the real. But it's easy to see the ones that rise above the meh.
Really, because you played against them every tournament you've ever been to.
Exactly. So talking about the obvious one, the obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
Phantom Blaster, Dark Diablo.
Yeah, really. What was your first clue?
The fact that you can stride into it and ignore the second half of its skill and just say, I just need a crit.
I just kind of feel like hitting you for Phantom Blaster, or Phantom Blaster Dragon should have been set 4.
Yeah.
For free.
I'm just going to be like, like, the utility of the card in itself, it's like, okay, my opponent only has 1 card left on the board. Alright, I'm going to win the game now. He has more than 1 card on the board now. I'm just going to bait him with the crit anyways.
I still draw my user 3 cards. They could be triggers. I'm going to put them on my highly efficient dudes. Whatever.
I know he has a PG. I'm gonna make him work to drop it. So I'm gonna sack my 3. I'm gonna make him sack 2 of his own dudes, and then sack 2 cards from his hand, make him lose 1 card. Then I lose.
Plus his boys, yeah.
So Diablo's just so good. You can't argue.
There's no argument. If you try to say Phantom Blaster Dragon Diablo is bad, and you can beat it in any tournament you've ever been to, you're not going to the right tournaments. You're not.
I'll say it again. Braxton won 5 games on unblockable Diablo swings. If Diablo didn't exist, that wouldn't have happened.
No, obviously.
So, Diablo.
There's
another one.
Nothing more to say.
Defined his meta for a short time.
Yeah.
But a star of the show, no less. Good old Lambros.
Lambros.
Card's so devastating.
It's good. It's also kind of sneaky. Because, you know, when the meta wasn't, alright, who has the better first strides, you or me? Me, I win. Now when you could actually, like, kind of ramp up into, okay, first on-hit strides, and then we had, like, and then Lambros, you could say, alright, now I can finish you, and if you survive the first Lambros, you're sure as hell not going to survive the second. But even then, you can actually use him as a first stride to just not get the boost and do the Diablo thing. It's like, I just need more attacks to whittle down your hand for the real Lambros next turn. Yeah, we're going to do that now. You can just play a naked Lambros, use the skill, it's not GB2, or it's not like, you know, you don't get the other effect, but oh well, you still get to stand. That's fun. No 10k? Oh no. Oh no, my board.
So
yeah.
sad.
I'm so sad.
But I'm not sad.
I'm not sad at all.
We made it, boys.
Not even close.
So, I agree. And Lambros literally brought Aqua Force from the grips of death.
Because a whole lot else we were getting.
Before that, you had nothing.
We got a trial deck. That was kind of neat.
Like, because we could sit here and argue that Shadow Paladins were still a deck with just Cray Elementals.
Raging Form was still kind of scary.
Not Raging. I was talking about like Abyss.
Oh yeah, we still you can still find Raging Form. But no, Abyss was still really good.
Abyss was still really good, even just with Cray Elementals. Diablo just kicked you to the next level. Lambros did this for Aqua Force, which was non-existent before this. So, thanks.
We made it.
So, next we're going to talk about my boy, the reason Royal Paladins are the most despised clan right now, aside from Shadows, good old Sanctuary Guard Regale.
Old. Good. Get both of those things out of here.
So
This card sped up the meta by 2 turns.
just so good. So good.
Alright. My grade 2 turn, I have a board now. Grade 3 turn, you're screwed. Have fun.
If I went first, you're dead. I mean, if I went second, you're dead.
Boom, 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 boom.
Let me just, and the thing is, this card soared me to even more absurdity than it was
Because
before.
we really needed that, didn't we?
And it brought a card it brought a promo card and a freaking Mega Rise to Royalty.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing. You might as well have been in the Daigo CD. Let's be real here.
Like, a card that would have costed you $120 to actually acquire.
It was like 50.
Well, no, to buy 4. To get 4.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You would have to buy 4 Rise to Royalty
Mega.
decks to buy Mega Trial.
Mega Sword trial deck.
Which had no other good cards except for the other Jewel Knight that you absolutely needed to play Jewel Knight.
But you can get the Dignified Silver Dragon deck box.
And the sleeves, though.
You couldn't even... Yeah, why would they not put the best card on the deck box?
Why wouldn't... No, I think they did put the best card on the deck box. The sleeves and the deck box.
Yeah.
The deck box had the starter and it had the Dignified Dragon, and then the the storage box had Sankard.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, no.
That's not the swag I'm showing my opponent. I'm pulling out the Sanctuary Guard deck box, open it up and show them the Sanctuary Guard sleeves, and I'm going to play Think Saver. But the outside box might as well have Ryan's card collection, age 6, on it. For all I care.
I'm so sad. But Regale's good. It literally sped up the game to absurd levels. And I drop my Saint Guard Dragon, I call my grade 1, I draw my card, I stride into it, and now suddenly my entire board costs you 6 cards to card effectively. Some of those swings...
6, that's a bit of a low estimate, don't you think?
Well, if you have a PG.
If you have a PG off, the operative term.
If you have a PG.
If he has the answer.
2/2/2. Or you just take the VG swing, and then it's
and it's turn 4. How many cards did you have in hand, friend?
2/2/2. It's gonna be great. It's card put.
That's why you lose the game so often.
Let me tell you something, Royal Paladins would not be a threat if it wasn't for this card. We'd still be playing Think Saver, which is a fine card, but I mean, I love Think Saver.
See, it's what happens to this list, what happens in this list is when a card is so good that you have to play its crappy support to make it work. Guarantee, for example, the only 10k Vanguard that should reasonably be played in a deck in this, format. Card is terrible. There is nothing good about that card other than the fact that it has Sanctuary Guard in the name.
Literally.
I could have a piece of paper that has Sanctuary Guard blank written on it and some amount of power, and it would be just as viable as this card.
Even if it was an AK. Like, honestly.
I don't care.
I don't care. I'll deal with your swings. I'll deal with your swings, because next time you're just gonna get it. Sanctuary Guard Guarantee I thought was a terrible card until that stride came out.
Absolute poop.
The card is just trash.
Garbage.
But you need the trash. You need the trash. So this stride just shows you it's so absurd that you play trash to counterbalance it.
You can try playing Think Saver or Ashley Reverse or something. We'll wish you the best of luck.
Doesn't work.
We'll wish you the best of luck.
It doesn't work.
Play Guarantee. Because you need it.
So next, the only clan that gets 2 on this list.
Guess who it is, boys?
Geyser. Ryan is not happy.
I hate that card. Who needs a first stride that says, and I just gained 5 cards?
This is the one.
And I just +4, and I hit you.
I mean, even more.
Oh, would you like to use your PG now? No? Oh, yeah. Oh, let's draw 7 cards instead! And plus 1 to my board. Yeah. So can somebody do a little simple math for me? How much of a plus is this card? 7?
Well, you sack. It's all situational. If you sack the 2, if you sack the necessary 2, if you're playing Avengers, you sack 2,
so it's
then you get 2, you're plussing 3. No judge vow.
Oh, no judge vow.
No judge vow.
Oh. So at max value, this is anywhere from min value it's +3. Max value, it's +6.
Yes.
Does that not sound absurd to you? No, a lot of people sometimes, they like to quantify cards in the plus system. That doesn't really work very well in Vanguard, just based on how RNG the game is. There's really no point even considering it that way. But when you tell me a card is a possible +6, you have got to be me on how good of a card that is.
And it's your first stride.
And you can do it first. Oh wait, now what was the thing we said made Sanctuary Guard good? What was that thing?
They can make your first stride.
Yeah, that. That's pretty good.
First stride's
I
strong.
don't like this card.
It's
It's a really, really good card. But
the only reason that Shadows can compete with Royals is because they can replenish the hand I've gotten rid of with Urgeyser. With Urgeyser. You can replenish the hand with Urgeyser after I've decimated it the first stride.
So what you're saying is Shadows can go first and second in a meta that really depends on going second.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I can win the game 50% more of the time than anyone else.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So, Urgeyser.
Oh, and your second stride is Diablo, who is...
We won the game! I just also want to point out, this is a very important thing to point out, that every clan has a GB2 stride, except Shadows.
Why would you even impede your moneymaker like that? That's just reaching your own wallet and throwing money at people. Why?
So they get 2 bonker strides. Sorry. The last one... Ryan, what did I say about the Sengun stride again? Why was it good?
First strides are good? I heard first strides are good.
First strides are good.
Oh wait, there's one other one that's super good that brought a deck up from the ashes.
Destroyer.
Out from behind your refrigerator, it's come to put it in your butt.
Destroyer is just a devastating stride. Powerful in all terms. It brought an entire clan literally from garbage.
Hey, I heard that you don't like playing Cardfight Vanguard. I'm gonna stop you from. I'm gonna help you out real quick. I'm gonna come into your house and turn your Vanguard to the side permanently for a little while. I can do it 4 times. I can do it 4 times, assuming I have the conditions met. Wait a minute, my whole deck is down machining because we got all the support, and I can make a field with Stag Beetle. Wait, does this card even have any lines of text anymore other than it says make your opponent really, really sad? No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
At all.
It literally just says, stride, sit on your hands while your opponent cries.
And it forces your opponent to ride and then stride if he wants to stride.
Wow, that's twice as much stride fodder as he was already scrambling for with
Exactly.
his grade 3
You know how many times I'm
I'm
looking for a stride fodder or a grade 3 and like at the same time?
Oh, and God forbid you didn't have any cards in your hand. Top deck, it didn't matter.
Top deck, not the grade 3, past swing with reader cards.
You know deck is good when you're playing OTT against it and you're like, I drew a grade 3. Stride and Takumi Kazuchi to draw 2 cards so I can do something this turn.
I rested Takumi Kazuchi sits there sad.
I mean, you got what you paid for, friend.
So, Destroyer, first stride. It does.
The embodiment of the Bushi price hikes.
And also, a very important thing that you'll realize about these cards, well, at least 2 out of the 5 cards here, is that they only have 2 lines of text, really.
The less text a stride has that doesn't say something stupid. Okay, the shinier the card is, but also the less lines of text it has, the better a card it is. For no reason at all, except you, Pearly Titan.
Unless it has the name, like, unless it's like, we take out the words on hit. Take out the words on hit.
Anything that says on hit.
It's also really short, but one, it's usually not shiny, and 2, it's sad.
If it's shiny, it doesn't have any lines of text. Which is pretty good. Also, no, I'm sorry, I have to amend that. If it's shiny from the Fighters Collection and only has 2 lines of text, it's actually a pretty good card.
Yeah.
Because Diablo and Lambros have a lot of text. So does Urgeyser.
So does Urgeyser.
But their effects are so devastating that you don't really care how many
You'll sit down and read it. You'll read it.
You'll read it. You need to. Because as soon as you don't read it and then your opponent plays on it, you're like, what does the card do?
So that's our
holy.
That's our top 5 of best strides. But we do have one honorable mention. Actually, I want to give 2 honorable mentions. To the clan that is completely devoted to striding, though I am surprised that
their strides aren't better.
Yeah. Ragnarok, which was one of the most devastating strides in the game.
Silent Tom on a 26 min body. I'll take it. Do you have the PG? No? Goodbye. Goodbye.
You did your best.
What you say? Who that you love me meant well, but of course you did.
Riding the Clock is great, so that's why it gets an honorable mention. I think that we can all agree that it's a powerful stride. Another one that gets an honorable mention that didn't make it on this list, Next Stage.
Not Heavy Duke?
Not Heavy.
I was already doing this.
I know,
was
but Next
thinking.
Stage also kind of does this thing.
That's
so...
not what I wanted.
I know. But Next Stage is solid.
Heavy Duke is just like, and we're just going to get rid of graded ones or higher. Okay. I mean, see the opposite of Riding the Clock. So it's really, if you can play both in a deck and just mind game your opponent, that would be fun. Welcome to Extreme Fight, friends.
What I really like about Next Stage is that he's an interesting restage.
They tried to balance it. Oops, that was a mistake. Don't balance strides, Bushi. You know it's a terrible idea.
But it's still not stronger than the next 5 up. It gives Gear Chronicle a boost in power that it desperately needs. But it's not Diablo. It's not Regale. It's not Urgeyser. It's not Destroyer. It doesn't bring Gear Chronicle...
Gear Chronicle needed a good first stride, and they still don't have it.
They still don't have it. They need a card with 2 lines of text. Next Stage should have said, on swing CB1, up...
Ride, restand. Imagine if it said everything it already said, and just wasn't GB2. You do it first.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Just like slam your opponent for 5 checks. Be a slightly worse Orgeyser. Oh no, it's slightly worse. I get 2 attacks out of it though. That's awesome. You should have just stuck with that. Like, don't try to balance things anymore, Bushi. That's totally not the point. You've already made such broken garbage that we already have on this list. Why are you trying to just keep other clans down anyway? And I understand how wild the game gets, but we've already seen what happens when you just we're going to introduce this powerful new mechanic called Stride, and everybody gets one. And now we have the crazy format we have now that's balanced by just some cards being exponentially more powerful than others. But now you're still, keeping other clans down. We're going to make you a Stride, like Pearly Titan. It's garbage. I'm going to rip this card up and wipe my butt with it. That's just how bad it is. Your best Stride is worse than Kagero's on-hit Stride that we couldn't even mention just because we didn't even want to include the cards that just didn't have any text that was relevant on it. I get to hit you and retire one dude, and Pearly Titan is still somehow only marginally better? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Moving on to Poopy Strides. We're going to mention some Poopy Strides.
Pearly Titan.
Pearly Titan.
The Shiryuki Stride.
The Shiryuki Stride. Dudley Geronimo.
It's hot garbage.
The Maelstrom Stride.
Absolute toilet paper. You can ride the high seas off the beach.
The other Link Joker Stride from the Fighters Collection.
It wasn't good.
Not Omega Loop, which was good, but the other one. I can't even remember his name. It's Nebula something.
Anything with Nebula name just shouldn't be played in Joker.
See, that's the thing, is it's so hard to cut through the meh to find really bad strides. Honestly, even though we're not included, I hate Gablade. I hate Gablade.
Gablade's kind of meh.
Does it force a little bit of pressure? Yeah, but I'd rather call the dude.
Yeah, for real.
I want to call the dude. And,
Make me pay the cost. Just call a dude. Gablade said, come in, count us one, call a dude.
No, Almouth should have been kind of less one called, dude.
Yeah, we have everything we want. If you have a Stride on this list already, you can't complain. Can't do it. Except you, Gear Chronicle. Keep complaining.
Maybe you'll get that first Stride we all want.
Praise.
Maybe you get it in the new trial deck, because another terrible Stride, Mystery Flare, was just straight poop.
We're going to put all of the power in the world on this card and give it the most absurd condition in the history of Vanguard.
People say Vanguard is not a game. I point to them to Mystery Flare.
Check your RNG. Roll 4 natural 20s in a row, and then do the same thing next turn, because what else are you actually going to do with another turn? Nothing.
I remember he pulled 20, I think he pulled 2013, when the one time he used that in the anime. He pulled 2013. I'm like, 2013! We have to go back, Vanguard!
It's a sign.
So that's a list of our bad strides, but not the worst 5, just the 5 worst that came to the top of our head, I guess. And our top 5 that we do like. This is our solid top 5 list, I think.
You'll catch me playing them, for real, though.
If you have any ideas, any comments, you want to talk to us about it, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, do all those things that we love you to do. We'll see you here next time with Team Absolution Top 5. Peace.